Heather Merriman with Ninja Retirement Solutions, and I have a very important video with some information that's going to be very valuable to any of you out there that have a 401k or traditional IRA, in fact actually any investment funds with the stock market. This is mid-March of 2025, and most everyone currently is aware of how volatile the stock market is. Now is not the time to hide your head in the sand. It is very important for you to find out if you have lost any of your investment, that you find out as soon and as early as possible. Why? You're going to want to find out how far you've fallen, which is going to affect how long it's going to take you to recover. You might want to find out if there's ways to stop any further losses. In any case, there is one thing that a lot of people mistakenly calculate. So today I would like to give you one quick, easy example with some really round, easy numbers so that you can understand how important it is for you to keep an eye on your nest egg right now before matters get out of hand. Like I said, you want to give yourself the ability to do something if something can be done. So let's take a look at a quick, easy example. Now, as I said, I want to make this a real easy math just to get the example across to you. So I'm going to use some round numbers. So let's say you have an easy round number of 100K invested in your 401k or anywhere else in the stock market, okay? Let's say that this year the stock market drops by 20%. Well, what does that mean to your 100K? Well, 20% of 100K is, unfortunately, 20 grand, meaning that you're now knocked down to your nest egg now only being 80K instead of 100K, right? Okay, easy math so far. Now, here's where some people will make a mistake, and it's in terms of figuring out how long it's going to take them to recoup that 20K. So, do not make the mistake of thinking since you lost it was 20% that dropped your investment, that you only need the stock market to go back up 20%. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I'll show you the math. So remember, we're down now to 80K, right? What's 20% of 80K? It's only 16,000. We needed to get to 20,000, right? To recoup and just break even back to where we started. So that means that you actually need a 25% gain just to get back to where you started from. Now, how long does it usually take the stock market to recover? Now, first off, let's preface this by being realistic in stating the obvious. We are in very unknown territory right now. So the best that we can do is look at history. And historically, when it comes to inflation, usually the stock market will recover around 7% per year, okay? So let's think about that for a minute. Now, first off, when you have money invested into the stock market, your age, or rather whether you're already in retirement or how short or long of a time that you've got until you get to retirement, will drastically affect some of your decisions. And if you're already in retirement or very nearly there, you probably want to have less of all of your investments tied to the stock market for the simple reason of how long it takes for you to recoup it. It's easier for someone at 45 years old to recoup 20K in losses than it is for somebody in their 70s. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's take a look again at trying to get back to our original 100K. Let's say that the market does rebound at the 7%. Then it's going to take you about 3.5 years just to break even, okay? Again, like I said, 3.5 years is easier to do when you're 45 than when you're 70. Also, depending on when you need it. Now, keep in mind, that still puts you realistically 3.5 years behind your probable investment goals. You probably thought you were going to be there a lot sooner, right? Now, is there anything that anybody can do? There are a lot of answers to that. It very much depends on you, whether you're retired already or have some time to retire. It depends on how you want to retire. But yes, you may be, depending on your other goals, maybe you were already considering Roth conversions. That would be a solution in and of itself. A principal protected account that is linked to the stock market yet is guaranteed to never take any losses, that could be another potential solution. But there's a lot of solutions out there, and the real correct answer is to find the right one that works for you. Do you need something that allows you not to pay the taxes on it at the current time, not until you actually use the money? Do you need something that is cost-free, penalty-free? Do you need easy, fast access to the money? Do you still want it linked somehow to the stock market? There's a lot of things that are going to be very pertinent to your preferences and your actual goals that will help us figure out the right tool for you and your solution. Find out more at www.ninjaretirementsolutions.com, and hey, be sure to also subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we do post a lot of resources to make available to you often, because we feel you deserve a future masterfully planned.